The New York Giants just got great injury news. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in every day for the latest Giants news, insights, and analysis. If you're a fan of Giants football, this is the channel for you. So don't miss out. Take a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I got a lot more Giants content coming. And then also, before I get going, do me a solid. Let me know in the comments how are we feeling right now. What's the pulse of Giants Nation? You optimistic? What moves are you hoping to see before the trade deadline? Predictions for this week's game? Anything else you got? I just enjoy talking football with all of you, so let me know what you have to say. So, as far as injuries go, it's been a brutal year. First, Malik Nabers goes down, and then Cam Skattebo goes down. And I was starting to get nervous because two different things kind of came out earlier this week that had me freaking out a little bit. Because, like, we know this year, Giants aren't making the playoffs. I think they're doing a little better about supplementing for at wide receiver. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But, like, we know this year is just about developing Dart. He can still develop and be fine. It's about next year. Like, we need the Giants at full strength next year. I think year two of Jackson Dart, it's not crazy to say they should be thinking playoffs. He's been that good. And the updates on Cam Skattebo and Malik Nabers were ugly. Like, I was hearing Skattebo's injury was way worse than we had heard, that there was a potential bone going through the skin situation, a potential like Alex Smith type situation where he ended up needing 17 surgeries and really never came back the same. And then the same thing, a lot of people were like, why has Malik Nabers not had his surgery yet? And you had to seriously start questioning whether or not these guys were going to be back for next year. But now we've finally gotten some good news. First, about Cam Skattebo. Tom Christ, I guess, is a doctor of physical therapy, and he was talking about why Cam Skattebo had just immediate surgery in Philly. And first off, shout out to Philly, by the way. I know we don't like the Eagles, but they were very classy this past Sunday. I saw like Big Dom was bringing meals to Cam Skattebo, so I do have to give the Philly fans and staff and the city credit. They've really been kind to our boy Skattebo. How could you not be? The guy's awesome. But anyways, so they said when the tibia and the fibula snap and it protrudes through the skin, like you immediately start worrying about infection control because there can be bacteria on his sock, on the field. I mean, if there's anyone in the Giants locker room who probably has bacteria, it's probably the guy who smashes his head into a wall every day. So you got to instantly be worried about that with Skattebo. But that is why he had immediate surgery. Because, like, Alex Smith, I think he went into sepsis, and, like, his life was legitimately in danger from how bad his injury was. So they really needed to get Skattebo in there and get going. It sounds like the surgery went great. And then talking about his rehab, it says, okay, so probably 6 weeks he's not putting any weight on it at all. Of course, he's going to get a little weaker during that time. That's normal. But then he won't be cleared for jogging or weightlifting for probably about 4 months, and won't even have full range of motion for about 3 months. But if most of it's back within 12 weeks, he's set up for a really good rehab. But then this is the biggest thing to me. If you have one takeaway, this is it. He says Skattebo seriously benefits from his play style because he's not a speed guy. He's like, if this were Jahmyr Gibbs or Devin Achane, you'd have to wonder if they may never get their top speed back and never be the same kind of player. But with Cam Skattebo, like, a lot of what he's really good at is, I mean, of course, guy's just a psychopath and isn't afraid of anything and probably gets CTE on every play, but he also mentions he uses his blockers really well. He has great vision. He's a great pass catcher. And it's like he's going to be able to build the muscle in his quads back. He just may not, like, it's possible he could potentially lose a step in terms of like shiftiness and speed. Like that's not who he is. So like they specifically mentioned, if this was Jahmyr Gibbs, Devin Achane, you really would have to worry. Maybe they never become the guy that they were pre-injury. But he says Skattebo should get there. Then he says, I cannot emphasize enough how critical his age is here. He said Chris Godwin being 28 when his injury happened makes it so much more difficult on the body. That 5-year gap is huge, and the younger you are, the more efficient your body is at healing. So it sounds like it's going to be a long road, but not only is he going to fully recover, but it sounds like he's going to be ready to go in time for camp next year. And I think we all know Skattebo is going to work his behind off to get back and is going to crush his rehab just like he crushes everything else in life. He just lives his life with a chip on his shoulder. And then I love, too, his attitude. Like, he's already been around the team. I have no doubt we'll probably see him on the sidelines and in the locker room. Just like he's just such a leader on the team, and the way he hypes everybody up and just brings such a positive energy about him. But then the other good news is on Malik Nabers. It was getting weird because he had not had his surgery, and I think a lot of people were wondering, like, what's going on? Has something happened? But it sounds like it's pretty common that people who tear their ACL need to wait a little while before for the swelling to go down. Here, let me pull it up for you. So it said, there's no rush to have the procedure done. It's better to let the swelling go down, and that he has a timeline of about 9 months now, and he should be, just like Skattebo, ready before the start of the season next September. So it's a bummer for both of these guys. Like, you hate to see anyone go down with a bad injury, but you especially hate two young guys in the first 2 years of their career who are so talented and are working so hard with big-time injuries like that. It's a huge bummer, but it is great to see that they're going to both, barring any unexpected setbacks, be ready by the beginning of next year. And like I said, this year, like, I think the Giants are making it work without Malik Nabers. I think they'll be all right without Skattebo. Hopefully they get Turbo Miller up to the team. I've been wanting to see him all year. And I wouldn't mind seeing them trade for a receiver as well. Let me know in the comments if you have somebody that you're targeting. But the big thing is they're going to be ready for next year. And I really think the Giants are going to be ready to go on a playoff run next year. So it'll be great to have two of the most talented players, not just on this team, but in the entire NFL, back and ready for next season. I consider that to be a huge win, considering what both of these injuries had started to look like. So let me know in the comments your thoughts, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.